Welcome to day number 36. My name is Mary, and I'll be reading the story in the title of A Baby Saved. As long as Joseph lived, and for some time after, the people of Israel were treated kindly by the Egyptians, out of their love for Joseph, who had saved Egypt from the famine. But eventually, a king began to rule over Egypt, who cared nothing for Joseph or Joseph's people. He saw the Israelites were very many, and he feared they would soon become greater in the number and power than the Egyptians. He said to his people, "Let's rule these Israelites more strictly. They are growing too strong." Then they set harsh rules over the Israelites, who laid heavy burdens on them. They made the Israelites work hard for the Egyptians, built cities for them, and give to the Egyptian a large part of the crops from their fields. They set them at work making bricks and building storehouses. They were so afraid the Israelites would grow in number that they gave orders to kill all the little boys that were born to the Israelites, though their little girls might be allowed to live. But in the face of all this hate, wrong, and cruelty, the people of Israel were growing in number and becoming greater and greater. At this time, when the wrongs done to the Israelites were the greatest and their little children were being killed, a little boy was born. He was such a lovely child that his mother kept him hidden from the Egyptians. When she could no longer hide him, she made a plan to save his life, believing God would help her and save her beautiful little boy. She made a little box like a boat and covered it with something that would not let the water into it. She knew that at certain times the daughter of Pharaoh, all the kings of Egypt were called Pharaoh, would come down to the river for a bath. She placed her baby boy in the ark and let it float down the river where the princess would see it. Then she sent her daughter, a little girl named Miriam, 12 years old, to watch. How anxious the mother and sister were as they saw the little ark floating away from them on the river. Pharaoh's daughter with her maids came down to the river and saw the ark floating on the water among the reeds. She sent one of her maids to bring it to her so she might see what was in the little boat. They opened it, and there was a beautiful little baby who began to cry to be picked up. And I will show you two pictures. One of them is the way the Egyptian treated the Israelites. They whipped them if they didn't work hard and fast enough. And the other picture is with Pharaoh's daughter. and when the mother sent the baby in the river. Okay, now the princess felt tenderness for the baby and loved it at once. She said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Pharaoh's daughter thought it would be cruel to let such a lovely baby die out on the water. Just then, a little girl came running up to her, and if by accident, she looked at the baby also and asked, "Shall I go and find some Hebrew woman to be a nurse for you and take care of the baby?" "Yes," said the princess. "Go and find a nurse for me." The little girl, who was Miriam, the baby's sister, ran as quickly as she could and brought the baby's own mother to the princess. The princess said to the little baby's mother, "Take this child to your home and nurse it for me, and I will pay you wages for it." How glad the Hebrew mother was to take her child home. No one could harm her boy now, for he was protected by the princess of Egypt, the daughter of the king. And that was the word of the Lord. It's finished. They are short little stories, right? Yeah. So here is the discussion questions. Number 1, why did the new Egyptian king fear the Israelites? Number 2, what did he do to them? Number 3, why did the mother hid her own son? Who found him? And that was the end of the questions. Thank you again for attending to another beautiful story of the Bible. So have a great night, and may God bless you all. Bye for now.